What is the last digit of 2 raised to the power 50 or 3 raised to the power 63 or 2014 raised to the power 2014? Actually, this look quite confusing. We know the last digit of 2 raised to the power 8 that can be solved basically on 2 raised to the power 16 or probably 3 raised to the power 3. But how then do we know the last digit of 2 raised to the power 50 or 3 raised to the power 63? With the 2 raised to the power 50, are we going to multiply 2 by 2 by 2 by itself 50 times to know the last digit of 2? Are we going to multiply the 3 times 3 times 3 63 times till we know the last digit of 3 raised to the power 63? How about the 2014 raised to the power 2014? Are we going to do same thing? No, we are going to do that. We are going to use a concept called cyclicity of numbers. This might sound new to a lot of you. One may ask, what is cyclicity of a number? You see, the cyclicity of a number refers to the pattern in the last digit of its powers. Okay, the pattern in the last digit of its powers. You see something like when you decide to multiply a number by itself repeatedly by a number of times, the last digit of the numbers eventually starts repeating in a particular cycle. That cycle is what we call the cyclicity of a number. I'm going to take that again. When you multiply a particular number by itself by a number of times, the last digit of that number begins to repeat itself like a cycle. That is what we call cyclicity of numbers. So if you have 2 raised to the power 50, for instance, we need to study the cyclicity of 2. How is to the last digit of 2 repeating? So you are going to see the cyclicity of numbers for 2, for instance, for 3, for instance, on the screen. Then we'll use that idea to find the last digit for an example. Let's say the last digit of 2 raised to the power 50. Let's take a look at the cyclicity of the numbers. Let's take a look at the cyclicity of 2, for instance. 2 raised to the power 1 gives 2. 2 raised to the power 2 gives 4. 2 raised to the power 3 gives 8. 2 raised to the power 4 gives 16. 2 raised to the power 5 gives 32. 2 raised to the power 6 gives 64. Do you see that the last digit begins to repeat itself? 2 raised to the power 1 was 2, 2 raised to the power 2 was 4, 2 raised to the power 3 was 8, 2 raised to the power 4 was 16, 2 raised to the power 5 was 32. Have you noticed the last digit of 32 being 2? So this tells us that the cyclicity of 2 behaves this way. We have 2 goes to 4, goes to 8, goes to 6, and repeat back to 2. That becomes the last digit. The last digit is repeating like a cycle. Let's take a look at the cyclicity of 3, for instance. 3 raised to the power 1 gives 3. 3 raised to the power 2 gives 9. 3 raised to the power 3 gives 27. 3 raised to the power 4 gives 81. 3 raised to the power 5 gives 243. We have the 3 again. So study the cyclicity of these. That's 3 to 9 to 7 back to 3. So this is what we talk about the cyclicity of number. This is what we mean by the cyclicity of number. Good. So now that we understand what the cyclicity of a number is, it is what the pattern in the last digit of its powers. Okay, when we multiply a number repeatedly by itself, the last digit begins to repeat in the form of a cycle. In my next video, we are going to use this concept called the cyclicity of numbers to find the last digit of bigger exponentiation. Then you see how interesting numbers behave. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.